Have you ever felt like you were being drained by someone? Like their negativity was slowly taking away your peace, your energy, your joy? Maybe it's a family member, a coworker, or even a friend who never seems to stop criticizing, manipulating, or tearing you down. They don't always shout or make a scene, but their presence weighs on you, and after every interaction you feel smaller, tired, maybe even hopeless. You might think that's just how life is, that toxic people are something we have to tolerate. But here's the truth. You don't have to live like this. You don't have to let anyone rob you of your light or your happiness. Right now, you're standing at a crossroads. You can choose to keep putting up with their behavior, letting them chip away at your confidence and peace. Or you can decide to take control. The power to change how toxic people affect you is in your hands. But it starts with one thing: recognizing the impact they have on your life. It's easy to ignore the subtle drain of negativity, especially when it comes from someone you care about or have known for years. But the longer you tolerate it, the harder it becomes to break free. You begin to feel trapped, like you're constantly walking on eggshells or living in a storm that never clears. But here's the good news: this doesn't have to be your reality. You can reclaim your peace, your energy, and your joy. The first step is recognizing what's happening and understanding that you deserve better. Your mental health, your emotional well-being, they matter. They are more important than any toxic person, any negative interaction. And the moment you realize this, everything starts to shift. The power is in your hands to stop letting someone else's pain dictate how you feel, how you live, and how you show up in the world. Imagine for a moment, what would it feel like to walk through life unburdened by toxic people, to engage with others without fear of being belittled, manipulated, or drained, to feel strong, centered, and empowered no matter who you interact with? That is not just a dream. It is a very real possibility. And the journey starts with understanding that toxic people cannot control you unless you allow them to. You don't need to fix them. You don't need to carry their emotional weight. Your role is not to be their emotional punching bag or their source of validation. Your role is to protect yourself, your peace, and your growth. There is so much more waiting for you on the other side of this. You just need to decide right now that you are worth the effort, that you are worth the boundaries you'll set, that you are worth the peace you deserve. Stay with me, because in the next few moments, I'm going to show you exactly how to deal with toxic people in a way that empowers you, frees you, and allows you to take back control of your life. By the end of this, you'll have the tools to transform your relationships, your peace of mind, and most importantly, yourself. This is your time. Let's begin. You've been told that their behavior is just how they are, that it's something you should accept or tolerate. But what if I told you that's not true? What if I told you that their negativity, their toxicity, their manipulation, it's not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of them. It's not your job to absorb their pain, their insecurities, or their unresolved issues. Their emotional baggage doesn't belong to you, no matter how much they try to make it seem like it does. Toxic people don't behave this way because of something you did. They act this way because they are struggling with something deep within themselves: pain, fear, hurt, insecurity, things they haven't healed from. But here's the most important thing: it's not your responsibility to fix them, and it's certainly not your responsibility to carry their emotional weight. It's time to shift your perspective. Their toxicity is not an indictment of you. It's a cry for help, but that doesn't mean you have to answer the call in a way that hurts you. When you stop personalizing their behavior, you free yourself. You take away their power. When you stop assuming their words or actions are about you, you gain back control of your own emotional state. You begin to realize that their attacks, their criticisms, their manipulation, it's not about you being inadequate. It's about their own inability to cope with their emotions. And that's something you don't need to carry. But breaking free from this mindset requires a powerful shift. It requires the courage to stop absorbing their toxicity. It requires the strength to stop internalizing their negativity. Imagine how liberating it would feel to wake up each day without the weight of their judgment or emotional blackmail hanging over your head. What would it feel like to go through your day free from the worry of what they'll say or do next? This freedom starts with understanding that their behavior is theirs to own, not yours. You no longer have to apologize for being yourself, for setting boundaries, for choosing peace. You have the right to protect your own emotional well-being, and it's time to realize that choosing to do so is not only healthy, but it's also necessary for your growth. You can still care about them from a distance, but you don't have to let them control the narrative of your life. Now, think about what you've tolerated, what you've accepted, because you thought it was the only way. How much of your time, your energy, your emotional space have you given away to someone who doesn't appreciate it, who doesn't value you in return? You've allowed their toxic behavior to shape your world, to cloud your thinking, to impact your decisions, but now you have the power to change all of that. You don't have to let them hold you hostage any longer. This is the moment you take a stand. This is the moment you stop allowing their negativity to define you, to determine how you feel. You are not their emotional punching bag. You are not their outlet for all their pain. You are your own person with your own dreams, your own worth, and your own emotional health. And it's time to claim that back. There's so much power in knowing that their toxicity is not your burden to bear. The moment you release that weight, you begin to rise. You begin to walk with your head higher, your heart lighter, your spirit stronger. You no longer shrink in the presence of their manipulation or belittlement. Instead, you stand tall in the truth of who you are, unwavering, unapologetic. It's not an easy path to walk. It takes courage to distance yourself from toxic people, to protect yourself from their influence. But with each step you take, you'll find that your world becomes clearer, your peace becomes stronger, and your life becomes your own again. This is the moment you stop letting someone else control your narrative. This is the moment you take back your power. The moment you stop tolerating toxic people is the moment you step into your true power. But there's a catch. It's not just about cutting them out of your life. It's about drawing a line that you refuse to let anyone cross. You have to decide that your peace is non-negotiable. You have to become unwavering in your commitment to protecting your energy. For far too long, you've allowed others to dictate the rhythm of your emotional state, to control how you feel, how you react, how you respond. It's time to change that. No one should have the power to make you feel small, insignificant, or unworthy. No one has the right to steal your joy, to make you doubt yourself, to strip away the very essence of who you are. That power belongs to you, and it's time to take it back. It might feel uncomfortable at first. You might be scared to set boundaries, to speak up, to challenge the status quo of your relationships. But remember this, you are not asking for permission. You are demanding respect. You are teaching people how to treat you, how to value you, and how to honor your worth. When you don't set boundaries, you teach others that it's okay to walk all over you. But when you stand firm, when you speak your truth, you send a clear message. I am worthy of respect, and I will no longer tolerate anything less. It's not selfish to want peace. It's not wrong to prioritize your emotional health. In fact, it's essential. You cannot pour from an empty cup, and the longer you allow toxic people to drain your energy, the less you have to give to those who truly deserve your love and attention. Your time, your energy, your love, they are precious, and they must be protected. Think about all the things you've been sacrificing, your peace of mind, your happiness, your sense of self. How much longer will you allow someone else's negativity to dictate the direction of your life? You deserve to be surrounded by people who uplift you, who encourage you, who see your potential and help you grow. You don't have to settle for anything less. The moment you decide to protect your peace, you start attracting the right people, the right opportunities, the right energy into your life. You create space for growth, for joy, for real connections. But it doesn't happen overnight. It takes practice, patience, and consistency. It's about making small decisions every day that reinforce your worth. It's about saying no when you need to, standing firm in your boundaries, and letting go of the guilt that comes with putting yourself first. You are allowed to say no. You are allowed to protect your peace. You are allowed to put yourself at the top of your priority list. And when you do, you'll start to feel the weight lift from your shoulders. You'll start to feel lighter, freer, more alive. The truth is, you have the power to change your life. You have the power to choose who you allow in your space, who you allow to affect your energy, who you allow to shape your reality. Don't let toxic people continue to dictate the terms of your life. Take back your power. Set boundaries, walk away when you need to, and stand strong in your worth. The moment you start doing this, you'll see everything begin to shift. Your relationships will become healthier, your mindset will become stronger, and your life will be filled with the peace and happiness you've been craving. This is your time. This is your moment to reclaim your life. The path won't always be easy, but it will always be worth it. And with every step you take, you'll discover just how powerful, how strong, and how worthy you truly are. You've been told time and time again that you should just let it go, that you should ignore their behavior and move on. But deep down, you know that ignoring the problem doesn't make it go away. It only allows it to fester, to grow, to become more painful over time. The truth is, ignoring toxic people or their impact on your life doesn't protect your peace, it sacrifices it. It allows their negativity to take root in your mind and in your heart, slowly eroding your sense of self. The only way to truly regain control is to confront the reality of what's happening and make a decision to stop tolerating it. Imagine how it would feel to finally say, enough is enough. To take a stand and say, I will not allow anyone to treat me this way anymore. It's not about confrontation for the sake of argument. It's about standing firm in your truth. It's about reclaiming your power and setting the tone for how you deserve to be treated. When you start confronting toxic people with boundaries, with clarity, and with unwavering confidence, you begin to shift the dynamics. You no longer have to shrink, to hide, or to apologize for asserting yourself. You become the person who commands respect, not because you demand it through force, but because you've shown through your actions that you value yourself enough to walk away from anything that threatens your peace. You don't need to fight every battle. You don't need to prove yourself or convince anyone that you deserve better. You simply need to show up as your authentic self and make it clear that you will no longer tolerate being drained, belittled, or manipulated. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is walk away. It's not a sign of weakness. It's an act of strength. By choosing to protect your energy, you're choosing your own growth, your own peace, your own happiness. And that choice is everything. As you start to set boundaries, you'll feel a shift inside of you. It's subtle at first, but it's profound. You'll start to realize that you are stronger than you thought, that you have the courage to stand up for yourself, to walk away from toxic relationships, and to put yourself first. And the more you do this, the more your life will begin to transform. You'll begin to attract people who respect you, who understand your worth, and who bring positivity into your life. Your relationships will no longer be a source of pain and stress. They'll become a source of love, support, and growth. This transformation won't happen overnight, but every step you take towards reclaiming your peace is a victory. Every time you say no, every time you walk away from a situation that doesn't serve you, you reinforce your own strength. And soon, you'll find that toxic people no longer have the power to affect you the way they once did. You'll stop second-guessing your decisions, stop questioning your worth, stop apologizing for wanting to protect your peace. The journey to freedom isn't easy, but it's worth every ounce of effort. With each boundary you set, you'll feel lighter. With each toxic person you distance yourself from, you'll feel more empowered. You'll begin to see that the life you've been craving, the life you've always dreamed of, is within reach. It's not about waiting for others to change. It's about changing how you respond to them. It's about changing how you value yourself. And when you do that, everything else will begin to fall into place. You've got this. You are stronger than you realize. You are more capable than you know. And no matter how difficult the path may seem, know that each step you take towards your peace is one step closer to the life you deserve. Trust in yourself. Trust in the power of your choices. Your peace is worth it. Your happiness is worth it. And you, above all else, are worth it. Imagine waking up tomorrow without the weight of toxic people on your shoulders. Imagine what it would feel like to step into your day without the fear of judgment, manipulation, or emotional exhaustion hanging over you. How different would your life be if you stopped letting the negativity of others control your thoughts, your actions, and your peace? This can be your reality. But to get there, you need to realize one crucial thing: toxic people are not the problem. The problem is how much power you've given them over your emotional state. You've allowed them to dictate your mood, your confidence, and your sense of self-worth. But it doesn't have to be this way. It's time to take your power back. No one, absolutely no one, has the right to make you feel less than. No one has the right to steal your happiness or drown your dreams in doubt. When you understand this on a deep, visceral level, everything begins to change. You stop waiting for others to change. Stop hoping that they'll magically wake up and treat you better. You realize that you don't need them to change. You need to change how you allow their behavior to affect you. The power isn't in them. It's in you. And the moment you reclaim that power, you start to experience true freedom. It won't always be easy. In fact, it might feel uncomfortable at first, especially when you've spent so long tolerating bad behavior, trying to appease people who have no respect for your boundaries. But let me tell you this, discomfort is the price of growth. Every time you set a boundary, every time you say no, every time you walk away from a toxic situation, you are making a choice to prioritize your well-being. You are choosing to honor yourself, your peace, your happiness. And with each choice, you build strength. With each choice, you reinforce your worth. You show yourself and the world that you will not settle for anything less than respect, love, and support. The more you embrace this mindset, the more you'll see the impact it has on your life. You'll stop questioning yourself. You'll stop wondering if you're being too sensitive or too harsh. You'll stop second-guessing your decisions and start trusting your instincts. You'll start to feel lighter, freer, more in control of your emotions, and you'll realize that the freedom you've been craving has always been within you. You've always had the power to walk away from toxic people. You've always had the power to protect your peace, but it's up to you to make that decision, to make that shift, to take that first step. You might be thinking, but what if they get angry? What if they try to guilt trip me? What if they try to make me feel like I'm in the wrong? Let me tell you something. Their reaction is not your responsibility. You are not responsible for how they respond to your boundaries. You are not responsible for their emotions. You are only responsible for how you show up in your own life. And when you show up for yourself with clarity, strength, and self-respect, you teach others how to treat you. Toxic people will try to manipulate you. They will try to push your buttons, twist your words, and make you feel guilty for choosing yourself. But you don't have to play along. You don't have to engage in their drama, their chaos, or their negativity. You have the power to step back, to remove yourself from the situation, and to protect your energy. And when you do this, you begin to reclaim your sense of self. You remember who you are and what you stand for. You remember that you are worthy of love, respect, and kindness, and you'll never let anyone take that from you again. Every boundary you set, every toxic relationship you step away from is an act of self-love. It's an act of courage. And with each act, you move closer to the life you were meant to live, a life filled with peace, purpose, and the people who truly uplift and support you. The more you practice this, the more you'll see the strength that was always within you. And the more you'll realize that no one, not even the most toxic person, has the power to control your happiness unless you allow it. You are free, you are powerful, you are worthy, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can take that away from you. You might feel the pull, the fear, the hesitation creeping in as you begin to set boundaries, to distance yourself from toxic people. But let me remind you of something vital. Fear is natural, but it doesn't have to control you. Every time you step out of your comfort zone, you're choosing growth, you're choosing freedom, and each time you choose to put yourself first, to protect your peace, you reinforce the strength and clarity you've been building. You are not weak for walking away from toxic people. You are powerful for choosing not to let their chaos govern your life. Understand this, the discomfort you feel now is the very thing that will lead to your liberation. The more you choose to honor yourself, the more you'll realize that the fear of rejection, the fear of confrontation, the fear of their anger, none of it compares to the feeling of reclaiming your peace, your sense of self, and your worth. Those early moments of discomfort are nothing but the seeds of your growth. You will grow stronger. You will grow more resilient. And eventually, the thought of tolerating toxic people will feel foreign, almost impossible. You might even begin to question, am I being too harsh? Is this too much? But let me tell you, it's not. It's not too much to want peace. It's not too much to want to protect your heart, your mind, your emotional health. There is nothing selfish about prioritizing yourself. In fact, it's one of the most selfless things you can do. When you choose to protect your peace, you create the foundation for every other aspect of your life to flourish. You cannot pour love, energy, or positivity into others if you are empty inside, if you are constantly being drained by the toxic people around you. This is not just about survival. This is about thriving. The more you choose your peace, the more you'll begin to see the clarity that comes with it. You'll start to see that toxic people can no longer cloud your judgment, distort your reality, or undermine your confidence. You'll feel your strength rise, your sense of purpose sharpen, and your life begin to shift in ways you never imagined. And one day, you'll look back at the person you used to be, the one who allowed toxic behavior to shape their world, and realize just how far you've come. You'll see the growth, the transformation, and you'll be proud of the decisions you made to protect yourself. But it doesn't stop there. This isn't just about removing toxic people from your life. It's about creating a new standard for yourself, one where you expect and demand respect, kindness, and authenticity from everyone you interact with. No longer will you settle for anything less than what you deserve. And as you raise your own standards, you'll begin to attract people who share your values, who respect your boundaries, and who elevate your life instead of dragging you down. This is the power of self-worth. This is the power of boundaries. This is the power of knowing who you are and what you will no longer tolerate. As you continue this journey, remember, every step you take in the direction of your own well-being is a step toward the life you deserve. It's a life where you wake up with a sense of peace, where your energy is protected, where your heart can flourish without fear of being taken advantage of. You are not meant to live in a constant state of defense. You are meant to live in a state of alignment with your highest self, where you are confident, at peace, and fully connected with your truth. You have the power to create this life. It starts with your decisions, with your courage, and with your unwavering commitment to your own happiness. The toxic people around you may try to tear you down, but they cannot touch your soul unless you allow it. You are stronger than they realize. You are more capable than they know. And most importantly, you are worthy of a life filled with peace, love, and the people who genuinely support you. It's time to step into that life. It's time to own your power. And it's time to believe, without a shadow of a doubt, that you deserve all the love, peace, and happiness that is coming your way. Every moment you spend tolerating toxic behavior is a moment of your life that you will never get back. Every time you let someone's negativity control your thoughts, you are sacrificing your peace, your clarity, and your potential. Let that sink in for a moment. Your time, your energy, your mental well-being, they are invaluable. They are your most precious resources, and they should be spent with intention on people and situations that nourish your soul and help you grow. You have the power to decide how your energy is spent. You don't owe anyone your peace. You don't owe anyone your time, your compassion, or your attention if they continuously drain you, belittle you, or bring negativity into your life. And when you recognize this, something shifts. You realize that you have the right to say, no more. No more to toxic people. No more to energy vampires. No more to anyone who seeks to control, manipulate, or diminish you. But here's the thing. This isn't about revenge or holding grudges. It's about freedom. It's about liberating yourself from the chains that toxic people have placed around you, whether consciously or unconsciously. When you make the decision to protect your peace, you take your life back. You free yourself from the constant emotional turmoil, the second-guessing, the fear, and the stress that toxic people bring. And once you let go of that burden, you create the space for something far more powerful to enter your life: peace. It's important to understand that this process won't be perfect. There will be moments when you question your decisions, moments when you feel guilty or unsure about setting boundaries. That's normal, but don't let these feelings stop you. Guilt is a natural human emotion, but it's often rooted in the fear of disappointing others or not meeting their expectations. But let me ask you this. How long will you continue to sacrifice your peace to meet someone else's expectations? How long will you keep bending, compromising, and shrinking to make others comfortable at the expense of your happiness? Your happiness is not something that should be dependent on other people's behavior. Your peace should never be a bargaining chip. And when you begin to understand this deeply, you will feel an undeniable shift within you. You will start to stand taller, to feel stronger, to believe in your worth in ways you've never known before. And the most amazing part, the more you practice this, the easier it becomes, the more you let go of toxic people and situations, the more space you create for growth, for joy, for love. The more you reclaim your energy, the more you begin to see the beautiful life that's been waiting for you. By choosing yourself, by choosing your peace, you are not only improving your own life, you're showing the world that you will not settle for less. You are teaching others how to treat you. And in doing so, you attract people who will uplift you, who will respect your boundaries, and who will support you on your journey to greatness. You will attract opportunities that align with your highest self, people who value you for who you truly are, and experiences that help you grow, evolve, and thrive. This is the kind of life you deserve, a life where you wake up every day knowing that you are in control, knowing that you've created a space where only positivity and love can flourish, a life where toxic people have no place, where their negativity doesn't have the power to drag you down, where your energy is protected, and where your happiness is non-negotiable. This life is possible for you. It's possible because you are worthy of it. You are strong enough to make it happen. And no matter how long it takes, no matter how difficult the journey may feel at times, know this, you have everything inside of you to create the life you've always dreamed of. The moment you decide to choose yourself, to stop allowing toxic people to drain your energy, you open the door to a new world. A world where you are in control. A world where your peace is protected. And a world where you can finally step into the life that's waiting for you. Keep going, keep setting boundaries, keep protecting your peace. Because the life you're building, your best life, is worth every ounce of effort. And it's closer than you think. When you start setting boundaries, the people who have taken advantage of your kindness and your patience may try to pull you back in. They'll test you, they'll push your buttons, they might even guilt trip you into believing that you're being too harsh, too unreasonable. But here's the truth. Your boundaries are not meant to make anyone else comfortable. They are meant to protect you. They are meant to honor the person you've always been beneath the layers of self-doubt, fear, and compromise. And the moment you recognize that, the moment you realize that your peace is non-negotiable, you unlock a new level of strength within you. It might feel like you're being selfish, but in reality, this is one of the most self-loving actions you can take. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot be the best version of yourself for others if you're constantly drained by toxic people, constantly giving pieces of yourself away to people who don't respect you. Your energy is sacred. Your emotional well-being is invaluable. And when you finally realize that, you stop feeling guilty for protecting it. You stop feeling bad for saying no. You stop feeling weak for prioritizing your own happiness. You start to see that saying no to toxic behavior is one of the strongest things you can do for yourself. The people who truly care about you, who truly respect you, will understand this. They'll respect your boundaries. They'll support your decision to protect your peace. They'll recognize that by you choosing yourself, you are better equipped to show up for them in a way that's genuine and whole. You'll stop giving them your energy out of obligation or guilt, and instead, you'll give them your time, your love, your presence, because it's coming from a place of abundance, not depletion. You'll no longer be the person who gives to the point of burnout. You'll become the person who gives from a place of strength, from a place of clarity, from a place of love. This isn't just about removing toxic people from your life. This is about removing the old patterns of behavior you've been carrying for so long. It's about recognizing that you don't have to stay small to keep the peace. You don't have to stay silent to avoid conflict. You don't have to sacrifice your happiness for anyone. The person you are becoming is someone who stands tall, who knows their worth, who embraces their power without apology. And as you continue on this journey, you'll find that the more you step into your own strength, the more those who aren't aligned with your energy will fall away. Not because you push them out, but because they simply no longer fit in your life. Your energy will be too powerful for them to pull you back into old patterns. Let go of the idea that you need everyone's approval. Let go of the belief that you have to be liked by everyone. The only person who needs to approve of you is you. When you start to approve of yourself, when you start to honor your own needs, desires, and boundaries, you'll attract the people who are meant for you. You'll attract those who uplift you, who inspire you, who bring positivity into your life. The people who respect you, who see your worth, will naturally gravitate towards you. And those who don't, those who only bring negativity, will naturally fade away. You don't need to chase them. You don't need to fight for their love or their attention. You need to stand firm in your truth, and the right people will come to you. You deserve relationships that fuel you, that inspire you, that help you grow. You deserve people who see the light in you, who help you amplify it, who push you to become the best version of yourself. Don't settle for anything less. Don't tolerate anything less. Your peace is too important. Your growth is too valuable. The life you want to live, the life you deserve to live, is on the other side of these boundaries. And when you make the decision to protect your peace and prioritize your well-being, you're not just changing your life, you're creating a ripple effect that will transform every area of your life, every relationship you have, and every dream you pursue. Keep walking this path, keep setting boundaries, keep choosing yourself, because the life you are creating is worth every step. You are worth every step. The truth is, the more you stand in your power, the more you embrace your right to protect your peace, the more you'll realize just how much energy you were wasting before. You were investing time, emotion, and effort into people who couldn't see your worth, couldn't respect your boundaries, and who ultimately didn't deserve you. And as painful as it may be to admit, the reality is that those relationships weren't serving you. They were draining you. Every conversation, every interaction, every moment of giving without receiving was taking away pieces of you, leaving you feeling exhausted, empty, and unfulfilled. But that cycle ends now. You don't need to keep giving parts of yourself away to people who don't appreciate you. You don't need to keep pouring love into places that drain you dry. The moment you stop tolerating toxic people, the moment you start drawing that line, you'll find that you have more energy, more clarity, and more time to invest in what truly matters. You'll find yourself breathing easier, standing taller, and moving forward with a renewed sense of purpose. You'll realize that when you stop allowing negativity in your life, you make space for everything positive, everything empowering, everything that is meant to elevate you. Imagine how much more you could accomplish if you didn't have to constantly fight against the emotional weight of toxic people. Imagine how much more of yourself you could give to your goals, your dreams, your passions, your relationships with people who truly see you. The energy you used to spend on accommodating toxic people, on walking on eggshells to avoid their anger or criticism, can now be channeled into creating a life that aligns with who you truly are, a life of abundance, peace, and fulfillment. But here's the key. None of this happens unless you choose to believe in your own worth. None of it happens unless you choose to believe that you deserve better. You are worthy of respect, of love, of kindness. You are worthy of being treated with the dignity and appreciation that you give to others. When you start to believe that, you stop tolerating anything less. You stop letting toxic people manipulate you into believing that you need them. You stop letting them dictate the terms of your happiness. You start taking control of your emotional landscape. This is where your power lies, in the realization that no one can make you feel inferior unless you allow it. No one can make you feel unworthy unless you let them. You are not a passive participant in your own life. You are the creator, the architect, the one who decides how you want to feel, how you want to show up, and who you want to surround yourself with. The moment you stop allowing toxic people to have a say in your emotional well-being is the moment you step into your power. You realize that the control you've been giving them was never theirs to begin with. It was yours all along. And yes, this journey won't be without its challenges. There will be moments when you feel alone, when you wonder if you made the right choice. But in those moments, remember this: your peace is worth fighting for. Your happiness is worth the discomfort. You deserve a life free from the chaos, the negativity, the manipulation. And as you move through this process, you'll find that the more you stand firm, the more your life starts to reflect your inner strength. The more you walk away from toxicity, the more room you create for positivity, love, and genuine connection. The more you honor your boundaries, the more you'll see your self-esteem and confidence grow. You'll find that the universe rewards your decision to protect your energy, bringing people and opportunities that align with your true self. This is your time. Your time to take control, to set the standards for how you want to live, to stop letting others define your worth. You are more than enough. You are deserving of a life filled with peace, love, and the people who truly support you. And every single step you take in that direction is a victory. Keep going, keep setting boundaries, and keep moving toward the life you were always meant to live, because you are worthy of it. There's a power that comes with stepping into your truth. It's a power that grows stronger the more you protect your energy, the more you stand up for yourself, and the more you refuse to let toxic people define your worth. The more you step into that power, the clearer it becomes that you are not meant to live a life of compromise. You are not meant to live a life where your peace is constantly under siege, where your happiness is constantly questioned, and where your boundaries are pushed to their limits. The life you are meant to live is one of freedom, of joy, of self-respect, and you deserve nothing less. But to get there, to reach that place where you feel strong, centered, and unshakable in your sense of self, you have to be willing to take a hard look at the relationships and situations in your life that are holding you back. Toxic people won't always announce their presence with warning signs. They won't always show up in dramatic or obvious ways. Sometimes their negativity is subtle. Sometimes their toxicity is hidden beneath a layer of familiarity, of comfort, of years of being there. But the moment you begin to raise your standards to protect your peace, you will begin to see them for what they truly are. And when you do, you'll realize that their place in your life was never as important as you once believed. Imagine how much lighter you will feel when you stop carrying the weight of toxic relationships. Imagine waking up every day with a heart free from the burden of guilt, frustration, and worry. Imagine walking into spaces where you feel valued, respected, and loved, not just by others, but by yourself. The beauty of setting boundaries, of saying no when you need to, is that it allows you to finally breathe again. It gives you the freedom to choose the people, the environments, and the experiences that will nourish you, rather than drain you. And here's the thing, the more you learn to protect your peace, the more you will start to notice that those who truly matter will respect your boundaries. The people who are meant for you, the ones who will lift you up, who will add to your life rather than take from it, will gravitate toward you. They will see your strength, they will see your clarity, and they will honor the space you create. And those who don't, those who try to manipulate or control you, will naturally fade away, not because you push them out, but because they no longer belong in your life. You are no longer a match for their energy, and they will be drawn to someone else who allows them to continue their destructive ways. This shift is not just about removing toxic people. It's about making room for something better, something brighter, something more aligned with who you truly are. It's about choosing to surround yourself with those who support you, encourage you, and help you grow. It's about creating a life that reflects the best version of you, the version that deserves peace, happiness, and respect. You don't need to fight for it. You don't need to beg for it. You simply need to claim it. And when you do, you will watch as the universe rearranges itself to give you exactly what you've been asking for. Don't underestimate the power of saying no. Don't underestimate the strength it takes to walk away from relationships that no longer serve you. And most of all, don't underestimate your own worth. You are deserving of a life that reflects your highest self. You are deserving of peace, love, and joy without compromise. You are deserving of relationships where your energy is cherished, where your boundaries are respected, and where your growth is supported. It's time to stand in that truth. It's time to stop waiting for permission to take up space, to stop waiting for someone else to validate your worth. You are the only one who needs to approve of yourself, who needs to believe in your value. And once you do, once you claim your own worth and refuse to settle for less, the world around you will begin to shift. The toxic people will fade, the right people will rise, and the life you are meant to live, the life you've always deserved, will unfold before you. Keep going. Keep protecting your peace. Keep honoring your boundaries, because this is just the beginning of a beautiful, empowered journey. The more you refuse to accept the toxicity in your life, the more you begin to see the immense power that lies within you. It's easy to forget how strong you really are when you've spent years accommodating the needs of others, putting their comfort and happiness before your own. But now, as you stand firm in your boundaries, you start to realize that your strength is not measured by how much you can endure for others, but by how much you're willing to endure for yourself. You are no longer a passive participant in your own story. You are the author, the one who decides how the next chapter unfolds. And in this chapter, you choose peace. You choose respect. You choose to be surrounded by those who honor and uplift you, not tear you down. There will be moments of doubt. There will be days when you question whether your decision to prioritize yourself is selfish or wrong. But deep down, you'll know that the most powerful thing you can do for yourself is to honor your own needs. You were never meant to live a life where your worth is determined by others. You were never meant to shrink yourself to make someone else feel comfortable. You are worthy of love, kindness, and respect simply because you exist. And when you start to accept this truth, when you start to fully embrace your own value, you will no longer tolerate anything less. You'll stop accepting excuses for bad behavior. You'll stop allowing people to disrespect you and take advantage of your kindness. This is where your transformation begins. The moment you decide to take control of your emotional well-being, you reclaim your power. The moment you stop giving your energy to those who drain you, you create space for your own growth. You create space for the life you've always wanted to live. Imagine how much more you could accomplish, how much more you could give, if you didn't have to constantly defend your peace, if you didn't have to constantly justify your boundaries. Imagine waking up every day knowing that you are at peace with yourself, that you are no longer allowing toxic people to invade your space, your thoughts, or your emotions. The more you protect your peace, the more you align yourself with the person you are meant to become. You deserve relationships that nourish you, that inspire you to be better, that celebrate your victories, and hold you up in your struggles. You deserve to be around people who support your growth, who challenge you in positive ways, and who help you step into your highest potential. The right people will see you for who you truly are, not for the version of yourself you've been trying to be to keep others happy. They will love you not for what you can give them, but for the person you are at your core. And when you stop tolerating the wrong people, the right people will begin to enter your life. It's not about forcing relationships or trying to make things work with people who aren't aligned with your energy. It's about releasing what no longer serves you and trusting that what's meant for you will find its way. As you move through this process, as you continue to set boundaries and stand firm in your truth, you will begin to feel a sense of relief, a sense of freedom that you've never known before. It's the freedom that comes from knowing you are enough, you are worthy of the life you want, and you are worthy of peace. The more you step into this truth, the more the world around you will reflect it. Your relationships will improve, your confidence will soar, and your sense of self-worth will become unshakable. The people who align with your energy will come into your life effortlessly, and those who don't will fade away without you having to say a word. And with every person who exits your life, a new opportunity for growth, for love, and for peace will take its place. This is your time to stop settling for less than you deserve. Your time to stop tolerating toxic behavior. Your time to step into the full power of who you are. You are deserving of a life filled with peace, with respect, and with love. And as you continue to honor your boundaries and protect your energy, you will see the life you've always dreamed of unfold before you. Keep going, keep choosing yourself, and remember that the best is yet to come. You are standing at a threshold right now, a pivotal moment in your life. The choice is yours. You can either continue living in the shadows of people who don't respect you, or you can step into the light of your own worth and claim your peace. This is not just about cutting out toxic people. This is about choosing to reclaim your energy, your life, and your happiness. It's about choosing not to let anyone or anything take away what is rightfully yours, your joy, your sense of self, your inner calm. As you begin to see through the negativity, as you begin to walk away from those who drag you down, something incredible will happen. You'll start to see the beauty of what you've been holding on to all along. You've been carrying around the weight of toxic relationships for so long. You may not even realize how heavy the burden is, but when you let go, when you stop feeding into the chaos, you'll begin to feel lighter, freer, more connected to your true self. And as you feel that weight lift, you'll notice a deep sense of gratitude for the strength it took to make that decision. That strength is already within you. You have been through so much to get to this point, and every moment, every hardship has prepared you for this moment of clarity. You have the power to make decisions that prioritize your mental and emotional well-being. You have the power to choose who and what you allow into your life. And the most powerful thing you can do is believe in your own worth. When you do, when you truly believe that you are deserving of respect, love, and kindness, you'll find that it becomes easier to protect your peace. No longer will you feel the need to bend to the will of toxic people or stay in situations that drain you. This is your awakening. The moment you start honoring your own needs, your own boundaries, and your own worth, you will see the world around you start to shift. The people who should be in your life will come in, and those who should leave will naturally fade. You won't need to fight to make things work with the wrong people. You won't need to over-explain or defend your choices. The right people will see your strength, will see your value, and will respect the boundaries you've set. They will cherish the person you've become, and together you'll create relationships that are built on mutual respect, trust, and love. It's time to trust yourself. Trust that you know what's best for you. Trust that you have the ability to recognize when something isn't right for you, and trust that walking away is not a sign of weakness, but a declaration of strength. You don't need to justify your decision to anyone. Your boundaries are not negotiable. You don't have to apologize for wanting peace, for protecting your mental health, for taking back your power. You owe no one an explanation for choosing yourself. The more you practice this, the stronger you will become. Your confidence will rise. Your sense of self will deepen. You will no longer be the person who tolerates disrespect or manipulates yourself to fit in. You will be the person who stands firm, unwavering in your truth, because you know your worth. As you continue this journey, you'll start to notice how much more you have to give. You'll realize that by protecting your peace, you've created space for the things that truly matter, your dreams, your passions, your relationships with people who lift you up. You'll have more energy to pour into what brings you joy and more clarity to see the path forward. You won't be weighed down by the negativity of others. You won't be distracted by the drama that once held you hostage. And as a result, you'll find that everything in your life starts to flow more effortlessly. Opportunities will begin to align with your energy. Your relationships will become more authentic. Your personal growth will accelerate. You are on the verge of something incredible. The moment you choose to protect your peace, you choose to step into a life that is in alignment with your true self. You choose freedom. You choose happiness. You choose empowerment. You choose to rise above the toxic energy that has held you back for so long. Keep moving forward. Keep trusting your intuition. Keep standing firm in your boundaries. And remember, the best is yet to come. You are stepping into a power that is uniquely yours. And when you realize the depth of your worth, nothing and no one can shake you. The energy you give to the world shifts. You no longer seek validation from others. You've already validated yourself. You've already embraced your worth. You no longer find yourself bending to fit into spaces that feel wrong. Instead, you create spaces where you belong, where your peace is the foundation, where you can stand tall and true to who you are. It's not easy, I know. The temptation to revert to old patterns, to allow yourself to shrink back into old habits, can be overwhelming. But in those moments of doubt, when you feel the old voices from your past trying to pull you back into toxic dynamics, remember this: you are stronger than you realize. You are more capable of setting boundaries than you've ever given yourself credit for. And the more you practice it, the more your inner strength will grow. You have already proven over and over that you have the power to choose. And choosing yourself, choosing peace, will become second nature as you continue on this journey. Imagine a life where you no longer have to overthink every conversation, every interaction, every decision. Imagine a life where your energy is fully in your hands and you get to decide how you use it. The freedom to walk away from negativity, to protect your peace without guilt, is a gift that keeps on giving. The more you protect that space, the clearer you will become. And with that clarity, new opportunities, new paths, and new relationships will naturally emerge. You won't have to force things. Things will simply align because you are no longer wasting energy on what doesn't serve you. The beauty of setting clear, firm boundaries is that it signals to the universe that you are no longer available for anything less than what you deserve. And the universe responds. People who align with your energy will start showing up. Relationships will become more authentic, more meaningful, and more rewarding. You'll find that the connections that once felt draining or unbalanced start to fall away, and that's not a loss, that's a shift. That's a sign that you are growing, that you are evolving into someone who is no longer willing to settle for anything that doesn't match your energy. When you stop tolerating toxic behavior, you start to create space for something greater. You allow room for peace, for love, for the kind of relationships that nurture your soul. You no longer feel guilty for choosing yourself. You no longer apologize for setting boundaries. And the people who are meant to be in your life, the ones who truly see you, who understand your value, will recognize the strength it takes to live this way and will respect you for it. Those are the people you want to surround yourself with. Those are the people who will celebrate your growth and challenge you to rise even higher. You are in control of your own narrative now. No one else gets to write your story. Your happiness, your peace, your success are all in your hands. The more you claim that power, the more your life will reflect that shift. The more you protect your peace, the more you will find that the world around you starts to soften, that toxic people no longer have the same effect on you, that your sense of self becomes unwavering. Your energy will no longer be a drain, it will be a beacon, a light that draws the right people toward you, a force that propels you forward on your path. This is your moment of transformation. This is your invitation to fully embrace who you are and to refuse to settle for anything less than what you deserve. You are worthy of a life that reflects your true value. You are worthy of respect, love, and peace, and you don't need to justify that to anyone. Continue to protect your energy, to honor your boundaries, and to trust the process. The life you've always dreamed of is waiting for you, and you are more than ready to step into it. Keep going, because your best days are ahead of you. When you truly embrace your worth, the world around you starts to shift. The energy you radiate becomes magnetic, attracting opportunities, people, and experiences that align with who you are becoming. You will notice that your presence alone begins to command respect, not because you demand it from others, but because you have finally started to demand it from yourself. You no longer tolerate the things that once held you back, and because of this, your life begins to unfold in ways that once seemed impossible. No longer are you weighed down by the opinions or behaviors of others. You stand tall in your truth, grounded in the knowledge that you are enough, just as you are. The power that lies in your ability to say no to what doesn't serve you is immeasurable. It is an act of self-love and self-respect that ripples out into every corner of your life. You are teaching not only yourself, but also those around you that your peace, your boundaries, and your well-being are non-negotiable. Every time you choose to protect your energy, you send a powerful message to the world. I am worthy of respect. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of peace. And this message, once it is fully internalized, transforms the way you show up in every situation. You no longer feel the need to shrink to fit in or adjust yourself to others' expectations. You stand in your own power, unshaken by the opinions or judgments of those who do not understand your worth. This level of inner strength isn't built overnight, but with each step you take, you grow stronger. You begin to notice how much energy you've wasted on things and people who drain you, and how much energy you've denied yourself by trying to please others. The energy you once gave to negativity now starts to fuel your own growth. You feel a sense of liberation, as though a weight you didn't even know you were carrying is finally lifted from your shoulders. The more you let go of toxic influences, the more space you create for your dreams, your purpose, and your joy. You are not just clearing space in your physical life, you are clearing space in your emotional and mental world as well. Every toxic thought, every limiting belief, every negative influence that once had a hold on you begins to lose its grip.